Hey, what's up, StrongSide? Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesday. This is a new video series that we're going to launch. This is week 1. Each week, it's going to be myself or another coach or maybe a couple of coaches, and we're going to sit down and break down a few key elements each week on the whiteboard. That could cover fitness, that could cover nutrition, it could follow program design. It's just something in the gym that we feel like if we communicate with you would make your experience better, and that's all we're trying to do for Whiteboard Wednesday. All right, so today what I want to talk about is really just setting the tone for StrongSide classes. You may notice that, or you may not notice, but you may have thought, what are these workouts? Why am I doing these workouts? It's just hard. Is there a thought to it? Maybe you've never wondered that. Maybe you just want some good information. I'm going to break it down for you and tell you why we do the things that we do at StrongSide and why we can stand behind it and say that the program we're offering for you is going to make you healthy and well and truly make you better outside of the gym. Now, a lot of this content is, straight from my brain. A lot of the stuff at StrongSide we make, we own, it's copyrighted, we're a federally registered trademark. As much as we are adopting and learning from other people, I want you to understand that this is stuff that we're curating for you. We are making this specifically for you. So here's the deal. What StrongSide stands for, and what we believe, is that there's 5 minimum physical requirements for human life. So I'm going to call these the SS5, meaning that there's 5 things that all humans, I don't care your fitness level, need to be able to do for the rest of their life. Number 1 is squat, sit up, push up, aerobic capacity, and cognitive ability. I'm just going to shorten that. So for the rest of your life, you will squat, sit up, push up. You will need aerobic capacity, and you will need cognitive ability. You will squat for the rest of your life. You will get out of a chair. You'll stand up from a toilet. You will move around. You will use your legs at some capacity. You will always sit up. The reason we call these the 5 minimum physical requirements is because none of these are exercises. They should not be viewed as exercises. A sit-up is not an exercise. A sit-up is a thing you have to do. You just have to sit up. A push-up is not an exercise. It's a thing you have to do. You have to be able to push your body up off the ground. You will pick up things, you will move them, you will load them, you will put them overhead. You'll do whatever for the rest of your life. Aerobic capacity. We don't view parking at the end of the parking lot and walking into the mall as exercise. That's a minimum physical requirement of human life. You need to be able to get out of breath for about 25 minutes. If you can sustain aerobic capacity for 25 minutes, more than likely that will make you healthy and improve your circulatory system and everything you need for the rest of your life. Cognitive ability. You need to be able to make decisions. You need to be able to change directions. You need to be able to react quickly. You need to be able to adapt. Those are all neuromuscular and neuromapping things. And we believe that everything that we're curating and building at StrongSide is going to allow you to do that. Our goal is to train above the minimum so you can preserve that for a longer period of time. For example, doing a sit-up, doing a push-up, doing a squat, aerobic capacity could all be accomplished in a burpee, for example. You get what I'm saying? Our exercises need utility. For example, whatever this is, some dude made a machine and put that in a gym and said you should do this. I'm not saying it's going to hurt you. I'm just saying it doesn't help improve these things. We don't look at segmented fitness. Segmented fitness would be like a bicep curl. The class that we had this morning definitely did bicep curls. That was fun. But that's not our primary mover. We're looking at this. We're trying to preserve functional capacity. Now that's a really big buzzword. People just throw that out there. Functional. For $9.95 a month, you can functional. I get it. What we're defining as functional is we should be doing things inside of the gym that make you better outside of the gym. Being inside of the gym is cool, but you're only inside of the gym for an hour. You're enjoying and living and challenging the rest of your life the other 23 hours a day. So as much as we are a community and we are a family, we actually do have a product to deliver. And that product is your fitness. And what we want to do is see the functionality of that fitness. Can I do one thing that produces many things not one thing that gets me no things. That's quite terrible. That's not what we're trying to do. And how we build our programs and how you want to look at this is you want to look at, okay, well, what is fitness? Well, fitness is an intersection. Fitness is an intersection where weightlifting, gymnastics, and cardio all come together. This intersection is your fitness. And the bigger that you can make that intersection, the more fit you are. So you don't want to over-dominate. We're not trying to specialize. We're not trying to say I'm only going to be strong. I'm only going to lift weights. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm saying that will not help the minimum physical requirement of human life. You can be very strong, but if you don't challenge your aerobic capacity, you might have pulmonary embolisms, which are blood clots in your lungs. You might lose your neurological ability. There is a lot of good research behind all this. You might over-dominate your joints and tendons and ligaments as well. Same thing with gymnastics. We don't want only body weight movements. We need to have the overload principle where we're able to train over the minimum so you can preserve it. As you get older, you are going to decrease in your ability. Yeah, I hate it for you, but it's not about you slowing down. It's can you slow down slower than all those around you? I'm going to say that again. Can you slow down slower than everybody around you? Can you be 60 with the body of a 50-year-old? Can you be 50 with the body of a 40-year-old? Can you be 40 with the body of a 30-year-old? So on and so forth. That's what we're trying to do. And same thing with your cardio. We don't want to over-dominate the cardio where you're the burpee king or the burpee queen, whatever, but you can't do anything else. We're looking for a broad intersection here. How we broaden that intersection is that we need variance. Variance is always key. The moment you start doing things over and over and over again, your body wants to adapt. Your body is very stagnant. It doesn't like progress. That's why when you do one deadlift and then the second deadlift, your body starts to fault. It always wants to revert to bad position. So you need a lot of variance. But what is variance? Variance has a lot to do with time and the things that are in it. So if we look at it on a graph, and we said that this was how hard the exercise is. So let's call that intensity. And let's say this is time. We have to look at intensity and time. So what that means is you can do something that's extremely challenging for a short amount of time, and it would look like this. You can do something that is not very intensive, like a bike ride, for a long period of time. And it might look like this. You could do something in the middle, like, I'm looking at a box jump. You could jump on a box and then do some deadlifts where it's not explosive, and it might look like this. You could do that all day long, and that's your body using different energy systems. But the question is can I plot it out there? Can I say, hey, do this and this, and then it's this. It looks like this dot over here. And then I say, go run a marathon. And it's this dot over here. Do a 1 rep max squat. Do this over here. And you start creating all these different lines. And you start plotting it, right? What you're trying to do is you're trying to have the curve be as high as possible. You're trying to almost develop no weaknesses, where there's a whole lot of room under here. And the more room that you can have under here, the bigger this intersection is here. Now, that's the science of it in a broad term, but it means that you're going to look and feel the way you want to look and feel. Routine is the enemy. Now, routine is the enemy. Regimen is not the enemy. Regimen is doing something to get a little bit better. Like, for example, we're closing out our Windler cycle where we're trying to get a little bit stronger. That's regimen. You're going to have to do something for at least a little bit to get your body better at it. You can't just practice pull-ups once a month and expect to get better at pull-ups. You're going to have to spend time for your body to adapt. But that term plateau, when your body no longer wants to advance, when it doesn't want to get any stronger, when it doesn't want to lose any weight, typically the variance isn't as high. Have you added more weight to the bar lately? Have you taken some weight off and have you gone faster? Have you done the running workouts, or are you cherry picking? You know, how much variance is in your session? Are you only doing the short days? Are you doing the long days? Are you intermixing it in between? The more variance you have, the better. Now, variance, again, does not mean unregimented. Unregimented is Monday I go swim, and Tuesday I'm at gymnastics class, and Wednesday I go to STRONGSIDE, and like, well, maybe you get a little bit better, maybe you don't. What I'm saying is the program that we build at STRONGSIDE, its core principles are to preserve your functional quality of life. And your functional quality of life is saying, can I do things in the gym that make me better outside of the gym? When you lose functional capacity, you go into a nursing home. I lost the ability to tie my shoes. I can no longer stand. I can no longer squat. I can no longer get out of breath. Please help me. I'm not saying that's not going to happen. What I'm saying is, can we train above the minimum for a longer period of time so you can maintain the 5 minimum physical requirements of human life for the majority of your life? And the goal of our programs, why we don't only lift and we don't only do gymnastics and we don't only do cardio circuits and stuff like that, is we're trying to build that circle. And we're trying to build and broaden that circle so you see the results you get, because we know that you need more variance for your body to change. So you have a good time in your social experience here. That's why our room changes every day. And that's the building blocks of our STRONGSIDE programs. Now, with that being said, that's why scaling is so important, because every day we're entering the session with an objective, and that objective is geared towards broadening that circle, but each session has specific markers. And that's why we'll scale the weight, that's why we'll scale the intensity, that's why we'll scale the length of the workout. That's all important. And that's why in every single class, we'll sit down or stand up and brief the session. That's why our whiteboards in the class are so important. And all I wanted to do today, week 1 of our Whiteboard Wednesday, was bring to you kind of a little bit of the 50,000-foot view of the program at STRONGSIDE and the integrity and thought that we build curating these sessions for you. And this is all things that I have learned over the years and are building and progressing for you. All right, so hope you enjoyed it. Get ready for week 2. Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesday.